We are live. Hello, everybody. I'm Gabriel Gaming,
I'm Merlin Man, the Afro Can.
and welcome to the
Bear and Bird Podcast.
We're doing a second one, bitches. Oh, right, my thing notifies me. We should also mute that. We're doing another podcast because the first one was just so much fun.
Oh, it really was. So we needed to do a second to follow up and make this a solidified series.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this weekly now. Maybe, I don't know, more often.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I enjoy sitting down and having talks. Today, our guest is someone very special. They're in the restroom right now, so we're going to have to wait for them real quick. But this person is someone who has always been super fucking cool in my eyes. How do you feel about them?
We went to high school together. They showed me around high school my sophomore year. And a lot of people assumed that we were dating. We were not. We were really cool. Oh, there they are. That is a really nice shirt.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to look too sexy, but like I was getting hot in here.
Oh yeah, no, it happens.
So this is the shirt I brought.
That is looks really
I'm supposed
cool.
to have another one, but I thought it was because I wear like a leather armband with it. So.
It looks like punk. I like it.
Alright, well, here we have today is one of the coolest people I've ever met. Our friend, Garrett.
Howdy. How y'all doing tonight?
Kellen's here in the chat. What are we talking? We're just chilling today. Sitting down, talking about whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the first time I ever met you, like my first impression of you, you were really fucking cool. I remember, the first time I saw you was at Anime Club. That's the first time I saw both of you, actually. I remember both of you guys walking in. You walked in with your dark shades and your leather jacket, and I'm sitting there like, they fuck. You walked in Anime Club with big dick energy, and so I was just like, yeah, this is like the coolest fucking person.
I had a very powerful energy in sophomore year. Because actually the Anime Club, that was the first year that it would meet during school hours, because it actually met at like 5.
Did it?
You would have to stay after school. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
And so that's why I didn't attend at all my freshman year.
Mm.
And then sophomore year was a really convenient time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I remember attending Anime Club. I was gonna go the first year, and then I was just like, nah, I'm fine. And then sophomore year came around, and I think it was Eve who told me like, hey, Anime Club, and I was like, you know what, I'll go. And I've been there since I left high school.
Until they told you that.
Until I decided to leave Roosevelt, because my grades were low, and I was like, I need to go to Cambridge.
Were you a year behind us? So like, were you a freshman when we were sophomores?
No, we were all in the same grade. I left junior year. I left junior year. This was after like a bunch of stuff in my life had happened. I probably won't talk about that too much on stream, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A bunch of bad shit happened, and my grades were falling behind. So I decided I'm switching schools.
Wall decoration choice.
Oh, thank you. One day we'll get cameras for the podcast, so everybody will get to see that.
It's like anime, but tasteful.
Also, look at my green screen hiding in the corner.
Very green. Can't miss it.
We went to the Dollar Tree like after going to laser tag.
I believe it was. No, yeah, it was laser tag.
So we went to go to No Surrender, and then after that we went to the Dollar Tree, and they Gabe and Nathaniel bought 6 pieces of those big pieces of paper, bright green, and tape, and they taped the green screens to the wall. Or no, you guys tacked
We
them.
thumbtacked it because I have a bunch of thumbtacks that I don't use.
Yeah, and you tacked it to the wall, and I took a picture of you and Nathaniel.
And there's an infamous image of Nathaniel because of that. Yeah.
Oh, the strip club one.
No, here, let me pull it up on Instagram real quick. Speaking of which, I should also share this. Wow. I just opened up my Instagram and saw that.
Less tasteful.
Where is it? Here it is. It's this image of
That's
us.
the one I'm talking about.
Oh, is it?
And
Yeah.
I've seen an edited one where it's like his fist, he's holding like a strip pole and you are turned backwards and you're like, there's a guy whose like leg is underneath yours so it looks like you are lap dancing. That's the one I've seen.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've never
asked
seen that.
You asked for edits.
Yeah, nobody sent me any.
Oh.
I got like 2.
I've seen one.
Wow.
Someone made one and didn't send it to you.
Damn. Now I'm sad because I've only seen one and they were both JoJo references.
And one was a train.
Oh yeah, Maggie made one that was a train coming at me.
I saw that one.
Here. You talk for a little bit because I have to share this with everyone now.
Okay. You give the mic to me and I suddenly don't know what to talk about.
That's the mic.
Pass the mic.
Okay. So something I was thinking about earlier, fun topic to talk about on a podcast.
Oh boy.
Your favorite Disney song. Mine is, I just watched Princess and the Frog like a few days ago because it's on Netflix. I love Friends on the Other Side, always been a fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's one right in the middle where Ray, the Firefly dude, is guiding them, the frogs, through the forest to meet Mama Odie, and it's called We Gonna Take You There, or like going down to the bayou, going down the bayou.
I know what song you're talking about. That's a really good
Class
song.
is smack. The chorus is real nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of recently, because of that, learned I like Zydeco music.
So that's what that genre of music's called?
Zydeco is almost kind of like country hoedown, but like farther south. More jazz. Yeah, it's Cajun music.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so not like. Also, there's a lot of good jazz pieces in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh, that is. Disney songs? The last Disney movie I watched was Coco. Oh, you guys made the same noise but had different expressions. Like you looked at me, you were like, oh, okay, cool. You looked, you were like, You're like,
It was a look of like sympathy, like.
That's the last movie you saw.
That's so cute.
So I'm pretty sure Un Poco Loco. Oh great, I'm thinking about it and now it's stuck in my head.
Sing it.
No.
The beat, I'll clap it for you.
Oh God, no! You make me. Oh my God, they played it.
It's like most mariachi music.
Yeah. She said, "Put the shoe on your head." Ay mi amor, ay mi amor. And for a while, Instagram had a lot of like on Explorer, it was just like a lot of Roblox.
Yeah, you make me un poco loco.
It was just a lot of Roblox make me un poco loco memes, and I would see them all the time while I'm looking for other funny stuff to look at, and it was just kind of annoying after a while, just a little bit. So that's currently stuck in my head.
But is it your favorite?
And my favorite? Oh man, if I had to go by like favorites, I'd probably have to go with the Shiny song from Moana. That's probably my favorite.
That one's good.
It
I
is.
like that one. Yeah, Tamatoa.
It's a good. I like that song. I like it a lot. What's up?
Kellen says big dick energy.
Big dick energy. We got big dick energy up in this podcast. Heck yeah.
Oh man, I haven't. I don't remember a lot of music from Disney movies, or at least not by name. Like if I watch the movie, I'll be like, "That's a good fucking song."
Sing it.
I don't know. I don't remember. I have to think of songs first. Fuck, man. What song was it?
What movie was it from?
Well, can I just say, BDE recognizes big BDE.
I think it was from Mulan. It's not the one that everyone likes. It's the not Wanna Be a Man. It's a different song.
The trans Mulan.
Like it's a good song, but it's not the song I'm talking about.
We're worth fighting for.
It might be that one.
For a long time we've been marching off to battle.
Yeah,
You know?
it's the one that all the soldiers sing.
Got a girl back home that's unlike any other.
Because I always just thought it was funny.
It's his mother. I love that one.
It's such a good song. Why do I keep opening Instagram? Change the image already.
No.
Nope, I just get to see that forever.
Burnt onto your screen. Have you seen Elliot's phone screen?
Yeah.
Fucked to hell.
It's been like that since like middle school, or at least freshman years.
Because Elliot's had the same phone for how long?
Since like freshman year.
One last place to share this to.
What, Discord?
Of course.
Every time I like talk about Discord, I'm like reminded of the song Discord.
Discord. I'm howling at the moon, sleeping in the middle of the
I've
summer
never
afternoon.
watched the full, or I've never heard the full song, but I see memes of it like everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, like
TikTok song.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That it was also big on Vine, or at least with the people I followed. And
Vine was not cursed like that.
or like I followed very under the radar channels on Vine. And then there was a big Instagram meme for a while too. I remember hearing that song, but I never heard the whole thing.
Oh, I love the song. I now like finally learned the words after like a long time, because I there's two versions of the song. There's the Eurobeat version and then there's the original version, and the original version is played on like a harpsichord.
It's very toned down.
Yeah.
And Eurobeat's the one that's like the classic Living Tombstone beat.
Yeah.
Like all of his songs have the same kind of beat to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Well, getting a mic stand would be very good to just like.
Yeah. But I finally learned like all the words to it, because I'd heard it and I was like, yeah, this is good. And I'm like, I know some of the words, but then Spotify was like, hey, Caleb Hiles made Discord, have a listen. And I'm like, oh, okay. Ah, it's a song. It was great.
I sing the song in the shower. I sing Discord in the shower. Do y'all sing in the shower?
I do.
Yes.
I have a playlist on an app called Musi. What's going on with Nathaniel?
Nathaniel?
I saw his face.
You think I won't show up? I'm Irish, goddammit. And Kellen said DIY green screen. Nathaniel said witness me.
He's just gonna show up. Nathaniel's on his way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Continue what you were saying.
Yeah.
I am fond of like if you've ever played like Dragon Age, the third one, the third one, Inquisition it's called. It was special because it had uniquely written tavern songs. And so I am Skyrim, I guess, if everyone's played Skyrim or at least know of it. There's songs that The Dragonborn Comes, Age of Oppression, Ragnar the Red, of course. So like I love to sing like medieval fantasy tavern songs. I know a couple from RuneScape actually, some from Dragon Age Origin or Inquisition. And so that's what I like to sing in the shower. It's easy, and it's usually like, or Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Love me a sea shanty.
Yeah, no, hi Grandma. Those yours?
Oh yeah.
For me, I have this playlist, and like, I know very few songs word for word, but the songs I do know, I will sing. One of these songs is,
Nice.
what-
BDE right here, see?
oh damn, there's the shades. It's the Foo Fighters song.
Pretender?
Not Pretender. I can't sing
Everlong.
that. It's My life. What is it?
Oh, I was looking it up.
It's in my playlist.
It says yo yo yo.
What's up, man? How you doing? It's Best of You. I sing that song word for word.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice one. Yeah.
I also sing a bunch of old rock songs like Hot Blooded by Foreigner and what other song? Be Safe by the Cribs. That's not rock, but I just like that song. Also Roundabout.
Oh yeah.
In the intro.
Yes.
Oh, that's him.
It's that boy. It's generic black man gone generic Irish black man.
Nathaniel looks like a black man made by a printer that ran out of ink.
What?
Perfect timing.
I thought he was kidding. I didn't think he'd actually like show up to the house.
No, if he's like, that's it, I'm coming, he's coming. Everybody, welcome, it's Nathaniel.
It's a black Irishman. Here.
That's good.
I'm like Django. I've never seen Django.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get that reference.
I don't either.
Thanks. Glad you can make it.
Wow, you're here.
to die.
It's don't we all?
Did you run over here?
A little bit.
You ran up the stairs.
Yeah.
I can tell. You're fucking dying, dude. You
I'm
can't.
gonna go.
Y'all talk
do
about
that.
surviving a zombie apocalypse, but get winded when you run up the stairs. But complain when you gotta run the mile in PE.
Okay.
Missed me with that.
Nah, I'm perfectly fit in a zombie survival setting.
Everything is methodical.
Everything, yeah, it's all, everything's. You gotta have the mindset for it. Like, I'll fucking turn the trigger on myself.
I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I have to run, but if I do, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
If I'm in a circumstance where it's run or die, I will fucking run.
I'll fucking die.
I will try to live for as long as possible, but I won't hesitate to like kill somebody. It's like, oh no, Garrett, you've been bitten, and it's like, all right, somebody's got to pull the trigger. It's like,
Depends on where. Like, you can get bit on the leg or the arm. You get to it quick enough, you can.
just cut it off before it
Someone,
gets to your brain.
someone gets bit. It's like on the spot. Don't fucking wait. Cut that bitch.
Someone has a cleaver ready.
Extra sharp.
Everybody's always got to carry a cleaver that's in a plastic bag so it doesn't get infected.
That's the survival.
Something sharp enough to like surgical tools, right?
Mhm. Always carry a bone saw and just.
Bone saw is here.
Savage.
Always bring Randy Savage. Ooh, man. We also need Hulk Hogan there, just to walk around and be like, brother.
Let me break it to you. Let me break it to you, brother. I need to cut off your arm.
Oh jeez.
He's the moral support guy who's like there with them as they're losing their limb. He's like, you're gonna be all right, brother.
And then he drops the zombie and his head explodes.
When we were playing Death Road to Canada earlier today, I was really thinking about like a zombie survival situation because that's always something that's really, really, really interesting to think about. But I would never want it to happen. It's so convenient.
I'd so want it to happen for like a week.
Yeah.
Just to like survive a week in the apocalypse, and then like the government's like, everything's back to normal, we're good now. And be like, oh god, I can go back to my life.
The funniest idea during the zombie apocalypse, I've said it before, I want us to get like ambushed, but we have a bunch of pellet guns. And we just pelt the ambushers with pellet guns while they try to shoot at us with real guns, but we just drive them away with pellets.
Sorry.
Well, you know for a fact, because you were with me at the Highland gathering, the Scottish gathering, and I, coming up in 2 months, both of y'all didn't know, I am like on the market for a fucking sword, like a good old hefty Scottish claymore, and so I do think about that. I'm like, or maybe an axe, like a labrys, you know, but it'd be like heirloom kind of thing that I'd want to carry with me. So get ambushed by zombies, just whirlwind it.
Oh my god.
Y'all can't like stand next to me though.
It's like, oh,
That's what I think about though. Is that I'm like, if if we're in a position where we cannot escape from zombies and y'all are like behind me, I gotta be careful with that sword because that weighs on my mind. It's like if I rear back, someone's gonna lose a head.
Yeah.
But no, I think swords are just sexy.
I want to become a savant and makeshift weaponry because I love makeshift weaponry.
Make a weapon right now.
You have a screwdriver?
Get
That's
my
what I
little
thought.
thing and just like fucking ghetto rig it.
I wanna get like 3 Bowie knives and shove it through a boxing glove and make like punching gloves of death.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine gloves.
Yeah.
Or a baseball bat with nails in it.
Oh yeah, that was traditional.
You know, standard survival stuff.
So I can't, no weapon improvisation right now, but I do see something you can make armor out of. These soda can tabs. You pop them all off, because I have like a billion of them at home. You cut them open, and then you bend them in half just slightly, and you link them your own chainmail. Zombies can't bite through it. Remember, zombies were human, you know? You ever take denim and try to bite through it? You can't. Yeah, I've also heard, take duct tape and lightly, very lightly, can't wrap it around your joints, but you wrap it around your exposed flesh. 1 or 2 or 3 layers. You're good to go. Yeah, you can, put yourself in a dangerous situation. Be all, bite me, zombies.
Don't put flex tape on your body, please.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs when he sprays the spray-on shoe on his foot. And he's like, I can't get it off.
I recently watched that movie again, just because I was on Netflix and I was like, you know, let's visit some old childhood movies. And I watched that movie and, like, I don't know if I like it or not. Like, it's funny to sit through, but I'm like, was this movie, like...
It was hype, that's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Like, I remember being little and watching it, and I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. Because the only thing I really enjoyed was the black cop dude.
Oh.
And, oh shit, it's raining tacos out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why, you know. That movie fucking sucks.
Like, the only memorable thing that I can remember from the movie is the Jello pool. The scene where the cop's just like, this is so sad it can make a grown man shed a tear. But not today.
That's the second movie.
Oh, the second movie?
That's the second movie.
I can't even remember the first movie.
I saw it in a trailer and I was like, I need to watch the movie just for this.
That's my favorite thing. Is like, it's enough to make a grown man cry, but not this man.
Get back in there.
Black cop dude's the most memorable. I don't even
know his name?
All I know is black cop dude that runs like Forrest Gump.
I just remember his name starts with an E. I watched the movie like 2 nights ago.
I don't want to be wrong, but I thought it was Jerome or something like that.
No, it starts with an E. It's like
Ernest.
it's like,
Ernest, I think.
It might be Ernest. Can someone confirm? I'm too lazy to check. Just upvote. Have you seen that meme on Reddit? Where it's like, I don't think that's correct, but I'm too lazy to check, so upvote. Reddit's fucking wild.
I haven't, like, I don't go on Reddit. I've seen Reddit things, but I don't have a Reddit account. I hear it's wild. I don't know.
I think my main goal, like like the 3 things I want to do in my life is wrestle in Japan, maybe wrestle for WWE. No, fuck that. I don't want to wrestle for WWE. I want to wrestle in Japan. I want to go to a show. I want to have a show where all my friends are in the audience in the front row so they can meme at me while I'm wrestling. And I want to get on the front page of like wrestling Reddit. I want to do something so absolutely
That's the
ridiculous.
thing, you get on the front page of wrestling Reddit.
Yeah, dude, I want to do something fuck all ridiculous and just make the front page of wrestling Reddit.
We're just gonna chill in the front and just be like, clap them cheeks, clap them cheeks.
Something that what I think what you're talking about is from Sunny with a Chance, or not Sunny with a Chance, Meatballs. I hate you. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where I don't watch it, but one of the guys is like, that doesn't sound true, but I don't know enough about it to dispute it. And
Earl, that's the name of the cop.
Earl.
Earl. Thank you. Earl. I knew it was something with you.
Garnet, Amethyst, and Earl, and Steven!
Before we get back on the thing, have you seen the thing where it's a white diamond describing all of their personalities? Where it was like, insecure, dependent, obsessed, and Steven! It's my favorite thing. But you were saying the reference?
Yeah. When Detroit Become Human was big, I remember my first thought was, my name is Andor. I'm the chondroid sent by Andorlife, and Hank be like, that doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about androids to dispute it.
I've seen that.
He malfunctions.
Oh man,
Garnet, Amethyst, and Depression. Thanks, Moses.
Nice. Okay, so like I'm super into like sci-fi, like not dystopian futures, but like, oh, the future is, you know, it's like being taken over by technology.
Skynet.
Yeah. Or cyberpunk.
I would love it. Okay, if not Skynet, I want Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
That shit would be lit, even though it's probably never gonna happen within like my lifetime. But I want it.
I know. I like though. Detroit Become Human, the way that they like set up the characters and like told their stories and like everything behind the scenes, like I can see that actually happening like in our lifetime. Cause like if you look out, like you see like AI, like the prototypes that they're making, they can get them almost like exactly human. So I'm like, oh, Detroit Become Human, hey, that's actually gonna happen. I want an android. I want to be a part of the android revolution. I want to be like Carl.
You want slavery.
I want to be like Carl and adopt an android as
You want to own
I want a pet android.
Oh no.
The future that I really want to happen is the one similar to 2064.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Where they have all the little ROMs and little robots running around doing whatever.
And then like it would be cool, like we could store all of our memories in a ROM and we can inject them into like someone else. So they're like, damn, this dude is fucked up.
Anybody who looks through my memories is gonna be like, dude, what the fuck, man?
You were a wrestler for like one match. And you'd be like, yeah.
It's like you had to deal with a breakup while fucking getting drop kicked.
Oh, that shit sucks.
Damn.
Dude.
You hurt your foot and you still did the match.
Oh my god. Okay, so I was thinking about like weird shit too. I was thinking about androids and shit, and I was like, this is me being alone and just being weird. I was like, I don't play fighting games with no one really, but then it would be cool if I had like a little android friend that could almost be human, like, but he like sucks at fighting games like I do. You know what I'm saying? And then like I could get better and he could get better, and then we go to Evo and he beats me in final round, the grand finals.
And that money still goes to you.
And then I smash him on stage.
So
by process of elimination.
Wouldn't that still technically be like fighting versus AI? It wouldn't count.
Well, he sucks at fighting.
Bot matches.
I'm fighting against the bot.
Well, that sucks. You're just playing on CPU easy. I do that all the time.
I just feel like that's such a fucked up journey to go through. You're like, you like take in this little robot, this little android, and you're like, I shall make you a great fighter,
A great warrior.
a great video game expert, and then you spend months training him, and you get to Evo, and he beats you in one fight, and you just pick him up and fucking toss him on the ground.
Just thrash him.
He's like, Master, why? You're just like, fucking computer. Just fucking kill him. And now all I think after that is the baby fucking dies. Do you know what video that is? Have you ever shoved a beach ball under the water? What happens? The ball comes back up. What happens when you shove a baby underwater? The baby fucking dies.
That's like one of my favorite dark jokes. Even after the baby is born, it's still not too late to use a condom. Just wrap a condom around the baby's head and wait. I say that joke all the time. How do you guys not know that? Okay, I got another one. As I get older, I start to enjoy the things I hated as a kid, like taking naps and getting spanked.
I saw that one. I think it was you who posted it in the group chat, yeah.
Probably.
I remember that. I like seeing the memes that we all get to put in the group chats. It's very nice and spicy. Oh, man. You know, I get these really weird dreams that happen with people in them. Nathaniel is notorious for being fucking God in my dreams for some reason. In one of these...
He's a recurring character.
Yeah.
I have every role in everything.
Yeah, okay, so there was like it was like we were breaking into a military base or something, and
Spicy.
What happened? It's a group of me, Nathaniel, Moses, Ruben. Oh, I predicted the raid, but we weren't there to break in.
We were there to be over.
So what happens is we're going through this area, and we get out of a vent, and we're like sneaking around, and Nathaniel is walking around with a shotgun, and he's all like, "We need to be very quiet." And as we turn the corner, there's a guard, and he just
Like with a shotgun?
Yeah. And then he like turns to the rest of us and goes, "Shh." And we keep walking, and then like Ruben kicks a pebble or something, and the alarms go off, and I'm like, "What just happened?"
That's our security measure, Pebble.
It's our security pebble. If it moves, we'll know someone's broken in. But like later on, like mission compromised, just get through to the thing we have to do. And as we're running to get into this like final boss room, Nathaniel kicks the door, rips the door off the hinges, and throws it at the dude that we're supposed to like fight or whatever. And like the dude just takes a chair to the face and dies. And then I was just like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like sliding off this chair.
And then
Edge of your seat.
yeah.
I'm riveted.
And then I woke up and I was like, "What just happened?" Dreams with Nathaniel are always wild. Once he threw a door and jumped on the door as it was spinning, and he's just on it flying away on a fucking door.
Like Aladdin on the magic carpet. Nathaniel on the magic door.
I can show you the door.
I think the only recurring like theme I have in your dreams is I like doors for some reason, and I throw them, and I think that's funny. I think this will all.
Moses has these lucid dreams.
Oh, I love that song. Oh yes.
That's Moses' anthem. But we'll be talking about that next week.
Oh boy. My Android got a virus.
Do y'all hear the spicy ASMR?
Oh my god.
Okay, so a weird dream. I want you to tell me about the one you had with like Toby, but it was like a long-necked creature.
Okay.
Because I'll tell my weird dream after.
Okay, so I can't remember exactly what happened during the day, but this was like maybe a year or longer ago. Things after a year don't exist to me sometimes. But like a part of me, like part of this dream was me like hallucinating, and the other part was me like actually like having a lucid dream. It was weird. Anyways,
Was it a tripper dream? Because I had a trip dream once.
I don't know. I mean, like
Were you under the influence?
I don't know. Was I?
Okay, because you ever try to like sleep while drunk or high, and it's like being on a water slide.
Oh my god!
No,
okay.
I will not elaborate on what that means.
No.
Just go on a water slide, dumbass.
No, Whitney's. But this dream. So I'm in my living room, and at the time I slept in the living room. And for some reason I was like up and walking around. And I'm walking, and I walk toward like, because there's a front door and then there's a window. And I walk toward the windows, which is next to the door. And there's this creature that's like phasing in and out of existence. And no.
That was me. I'm just leaning in for a quick snack. Relax.
And this creature, like, it looked like my dog Toby, but like it had a really long like snake neck and these champagne colored eyes. and it was like fading in and out of existence, and like it was like staring at me, like, you know, like its eyes, like it was like you can see the champagne of the eyes and the really really big dilated pupils, and it was just staring. Yeah, except they weren't like diamond shaped, it was just, you know, like full blown, and it was like staring at me, and it was like shaking its head around, you know, like snake, like a snake kind of.
Like a snake.
Like a snake. And it was like following me with its head. And it was really like unsettling and disturbing. And like every time I would look out like a window, no matter what window it was, no matter where it would just look back at me. And I walked to my bed. I laid down with my back to the window. And it would stand behind me. And then it kept fading in and out of existence. And then it faded away and I went to sleep. And I can't remember if I was hallucinating, if I was lucid dreaming, or if I was just, I don't know. If I don't
just
know.
tripping.
I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I just know that it happened, and it was really weird. Strange. No.
Nathaniel's sleep kicked the fuck out of me. That shit hurt. Like, I was at Nathaniel's place, and we were chilling. Nathaniel fell asleep, and I kind of sat down next to him, like, on a chair that was next to his bed. I was like, alright, buddy, I'm gonna head out. And his leg kicks me in the fucking face. And then he just kept sleeping. I'm like, alright, I'm going home. But continue on your weird dream that you were gonna say.
It's not very it's very heavy. It's not like a funny dream. I have a cousin who is pregnant. All of her kids, just name them because she has a girl. Well, her husband already has a daughter, Rosalind, right? Rosie for short. And then they have another little girl, Daisy. And then she's pregnant right now with her second little girl, Lily. And if they have the boy, they're planning on naming him Forrest. Mm-hmm. And so they all have very like earthy names. I think it's very fun. So anyway, I think this is it was my brain just processing it. In my dream, I was pregnant, and I was like settling. I was in like a castle, and I was settling down to go to sleep with my husband, I presume. And so this is a dream within a dream. I'm lying down to go to sleep, and then I open my eyes and I wake up, and I am like exceedingly pregnant. Like, I'm very large, and the guy that I was sleeping with is gone, and it's very dark, right? It's like dark outside. And so I get up, and it's very cold in the castle, and I'm wandering around, and this is like in my dream, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm wandering around. I'm like, where are you, looking for my husband. And I'm like super 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 pregnant, right? Like 3 times more than I was before. And I'm wandering around, and I walk down the halls of the castle, and normally it would be like lit, and there would be servants walking around and stuff like that. Yeah, it would be
fucking dad.
Yeah, I was lit.
I was gonna do it.
And so
I tried so hard not to do anything.
I'm like, is this really serious?
I was like, no.
But
it was lit.
And so I'm wandering, and it's very cold and very dark. No lights are on, nobody's in the castle, and I'm totally by myself, and I'm like super fucking pregnant. And so I'm walking down the halls, and I walk outside the castle, and it's the sky is very dark, but it's not nighttime. It's almost like kind of very smog, like the sky is just dark brown with clouds, and it was very creepy. And the garden of the land surrounding the castle normally would be lush and green, but everything was just decaying and brown and dead. And so and then I woke up like outside of my dream. So it wasn't like my dream self going to sleep and then having a nightmare and then I woke up fully. But that was like a couple nights ago, and I just think, what the fuck? What does that mean? Should I like warn her or something? Because I have the belief that dreams can like predict the future to some degree, but I'm just like, that's some scary shit. Like, what did why was I thinking about that? Why was my brain
I don't know. I'm not trying to like decipher that because it was dark, alone, quiet,
Dead. Yeah, everything was like withered and
Dream within a dream.
a dream within a dream. I think that has some kind of importance. But it's just freaky shit, huh?
That is
In it.
freaky. Like,
That's weird.
I can picture it like not you being like about to pop, but like I can picture like the scenery and it's like, like it. There's nothing. Yeah, like nothing's gonna pop out.
I don't have anything more to say.
No,
It's
like,
like those everything can be metaphorical. Which is really crazy.
Well, the concept of being very pregnant, like having life within you, whereas everything around you is dead, right? No other people, and so it's kind of like, I think the way I interpret it is the self, like when you absorb of the happiness of others, or it's like, you know, okay, so Steven Universe, there's a quote that's pretty deep, where Rose Quartz is like, oh, look at this, we're creating life from nothing, and then a few hours later she looks around and she realizes we're not creating life from nothing, we are destroying life and leaving nothing behind. And so that's how I interpret it, is that it's like absorbing the life around you to sustain yourself.
That's some deep, heavy shit. Anytime I've ever had a dream within a dream, it just kind of got weirder.
Oh yeah, huh?
So, so I had this dream where like I was doing normal shit. I don't know if you guys have ever had a dream where it's normal and then you go to sleep within that dream and then you wake up. It's like playing Roy in Rick and Morty, where you lived a life in your dream and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck was that shit?
Is this still the one where you were being discriminated against?
I don't
In
think it
this
was that-
episode of Bear and Bird, Gabriel experiences a microaggression. Take it away.
Shit, you had a dream where you got
God, yeah, that made me so mad. You talk about your dream, and I'll say mine because it's a doozy.
so it's a normal like thing, a normal day. Like little things are out of place, but like other than that, it's like realistic. And then I go to sleep, and then like I'm seeing in like rainbows and shit, and like Nathaniel was just kind of floating around like, I'm a wrestler. Like he's just floating around saying weird shit, and I'm like, what is this about? Double lightning. That's still my favorite quote. Nathaniel, in one of my dreams, we all had powers, and Nathaniel's was lightning. And just to be a dick to a bunch of little goblins, he just kind of walked up and was like, double lightning, fuck you, and he flipped them off, and like lightning spat out of his fingers. It was great.
He was like a wrestling wizard.
Yeah. Oh, soy Mexican wizard. Yo, shit.
Get a mask. You should get a mask and have the hair pop
You
out.
should have a gimmick for that. I feel like that'd be really cool. That like your Halloween gimmick.
Dude, I need a cape.
Hey, Elliot's in the chat.
Yo.
Hi, we mentioned you earlier.
Gang, gang.
Gang. Dream. We're good, just sleepy. Yup.
Yeah. Okay, are y'all ready to hear this crazy whack ass dream I had? Okay, so
Can I mention? Is it the one where you're rolling down the hill with Keanu?
I don't remember that dream, but
Okay, I do, and it's whack.
Maybe. No, it's not this. It's not that one. I had another dream. It was like, oh, it's kind of loud. It was like last year or some time ago. Again, things after a year don't exist sometimes. But I was doing regular things, right? I was going somewhere. I was hopping on the 22. I was going back home. And I'm waiting to get on the bus. And then this old white lady comes up. And she's waiting to get on the bus with me. And I was like, okay. I get on the bus, and she sits behind me, and then she starts calling me the N-word, hard R.
What's on site?
With a hard R.
Hard R. And she's like, hey. And I don't want to be, like, too explicit here. Can I be that explicit or no?
Is it a slur?
We're not
Yeah.
monetized.
We're not monetized.
I said no.
No.
Dude, the N-word hard. Just say it's the hard R.
Okay, so she's like calling me like, hey, hard R, hey, look at me, hard R with the messy hair, hard R. And she's like trying to get my attention. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. And so I put my earbuds in, and she's still like yelling at me, and she's like calling me outside of my name and like calling me all these slurs. And I'm like, all right, I don't feel safe anymore. I got to get off this bus. So I get off the bus, and she follows me, and she's like screaming at me, calling me hard R. She's like, oh, what are you hard R's even doing in this country anyways? All you guys are criminals. You guys just do drugs. That's all you do all day long, you hard R. She's like, you should go back to picking cotton in the field. We should go back to like whatever time era. And she's like harassing me, and I'm like, hey, look, lady, please, you need to calm down. She's like, oh, so I need to calm down. And I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, so she's just crazy. And then in a beat up, a old beat up red pickup truck, this old white dude comes along, and he's like, come on, Norma, we don't have to get over here, sis. We don't have to deal with this hard R anymore. Come on, Norma, let's go. And he picks up his sister, puts her in the truck, and then they drive off. And then
I said puts her in the trunk.
No.
The version you told me, you're like, hey sis, Norma, get that sweet ass over here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what he said.
No.
Yeah, and then they drove off. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, mad as hell.
You texted me that night.
I was so angry. Like I woke up and I'm like, no.
That was when you started to stay over consistently.
Yeah.
You came over and you were like, man, I had this dream.
And
You
like,
cheated.
I was so mad. I was so angry. So of course, when I'm angry and I don't like the way a dream turns out, I'm like, let's go back in.
Yeah.
And so I went back in and I yelled at the lady and like, oh geez, what did I do? I yelled at her and then I called the police.
And then you called her the hard R.
And no, I didn't.
You called her the C word.
You
called her a saltine.
You called her a seltzer.
LaCroix.
Ritz.
Oh jeez.
Chicken cracker. No, what are those called? Chicken
Chicken fritters?
Chicken bits.
Chicken bits.
Oh,
Chicken fingers.
giblets?
No. They're like chicken flavored crackers.
Chicken and a biscuit?
Chicken and biscuit, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god.
I went into
Wasn't there like
a place.
that's ad about it?
No, I went to a party with Gabriel. And I was like, I ate a whole box of chicken and a biscuit. Gabriel was like, dude, what the fuck?
I didn't know what you were talking about, and then I went over and you had like 2 boxes of that just right next to your desk. I was like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, it's chicken and a biscuit. I ate another box.
Okay, so that kind of gives me an idea for a new topic. We have been live for just short of an hour.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're on a roll, huh? Okay. What was a time where you have ever had a surplus of food? Well, chicken and a biscuit story, but what about y'all?
When I was living in Los Angeles, we lived in a bad side of town, a little East LA. My dad's girlfriend at the time worked in a mental facility. She worked as a cafeteria lady. So every day she'd come home with food, and it was the end of a week where she came home with a bunch of eggs.
Oh, nice.
Like way more eggs than I ever thought like anyone would keep in their fridge. So you know how fridges, they're layered. They have little areas. The entire bottom 2 things were filled with fucking eggs, and like we had nothing to do with it. And like that's why I don't eat a lot of eggs today, because I'm like, so many fucking eggs.
You reached your egg quota for the next 7 years.
Like, and that's why that's what got me into cooking, because like I don't want to eat it, but I'm gonna keep cooking it until we fucking run out.
I want to eliminate it.
I'm trying to get rid of these. At some point, we sold them to kids to go egg people.
Oh, nice.
Like these kids would come by, and they were like 50 cents an egg.
Oh, nice.
And they would buy eggs, and like they just buy a shit ton of eggs, and like they'd go around the neighborhood just fucking tossing it at people. And these kids were good at keeping secrets because we grew up in LA. And we all know snitches get stitches.
Nobody talks, everybody walks.
And yeah, so we gave kids entertainment, and I gained a, not dislike for eggs, but you know, me and egg are on and off. You know,
not a preference for eggs.
yeah, like if I have choice between eggs and something else, I'm gonna pick the other thing.
Avocados.
You know, I'll take eggs on that one. Avocados taste like I will fucking kill myself before I eat beans. Avocado tastes like grass and dirt pudding.
Your sister made, like, she actually made us, like, a dirt smoothie. Like,
Yeah, she sure did. What was in it? It was like strawberries and kale.
Like, she put, like, a lot more kale than what was necessary, so it smelled fresh. Like, freshly made...
Ground up dirt.
like really clean dirt. Like,
It smelled like a lawnmower.
basically, and, like, it smelled... It tasted like dirt. It smelled like dirt, and it looked like dirt, but it was strawberries and
Where
a
does
lot
the
of
brown
kale.
come from?
Kale.
Like, the red and green of, like, strawberries and the
I'm
kale.
thinking wheatgrass. I didn't think kale. Kale is like a cabbage, right?
No,
No.
kale is leaves.
Yeah, it's a leafy green.
Okay.
Guess what cabbage is, dumbass.
No, like it looks like
Take a wild
leaves.
guess.
It's
Okay.
a little fucking green squishy shit.
That's no. I've actually,
Sorry. I'm
It's
the only
it's a
Scottish
round.
person in the room. Apparently, I'm the only person who knows what a cabbage looks like.
I love cabbage.
I like how everyone looked at me.
I love cabbage
Irish,
because
no.
it's like crunchy. It's like lettuce but better.
It is like I'm not a big lettuce person, but like you serve me up a bowl of like not boiled cabbage because that's disgusting, but like
Salt and pepper in the least.
yeah, and like a little bit of chicken bouillon and ooh, put that on some rice. So good, so good. I love cabbage. It's tasty. I live off of cabbage, but that's some seasoning. Okay, hold on, real quick. Going back to the zombie apocalypse thing, I just
Oh my god.
no.
Speak
Just,
your-
Are
Yeah,
you
speak your
what
mind.
would you guys want to live off of?
No, I'm just saying somebody has to carry the salt and pepper. I don't care. It's like, oh, we gotta have a can of like I don't know, corn. I'm like, okay, we have to eat corn, but somebody have salt and pepper. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Somebody has to carry the salt and pepper.
Well, you know, spilling salt is a sign of bad luck.
Oh boy. Hope y'all haven't spilled any salt lately.
No, sure haven't.
Okay.
Well, I will gladly do so right now. I've been playing a lot of a game called Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, or just Mobile Legends. And there's an option to report someone for dying too much, for feeding, because it's a level-based game, right? Every time you kill an enemy player, you get a boost to your level, which increases your killing level and gives you lots of money and gives you new skill. Yeah. And so, if you played League of Legends, it's the same. You know, they're all a dime a dozen. But I kind of like Mobile Legends. And so, I got reported for feeding, quote, quote. It's intentional feeding. You know, if someone gets mad and they're all, fuck this, and like just runs in and dies on purpose. But I just get stun locked and died too much because the person that I was laning with, I expected them to have my back, but we'd get ambushed, right? It'd be 2v2 or whatever. We can clearly win, and then they would like ditch me, and then immediately called me stupid, and then said something else in Spanish, and I was like, whatever, it happens all the time, right? And then later reported me, and I was like, so like, I know it doesn't matter, like. It really doesn't, right? It's just a video game, and I consider myself past that of like getting angry at that, but like that shit hurted.
Oh,
And that's why That's why I'm a tank main, because I feel like it makes me a better person.
I don't really play like League or anything or like mobile games.
Overwatch.
I play Overwatch. No, sometimes. But like I think like the main League like game I really like to play was Smite. Smite was fun. But then like on the mobile side, do you ever hear of Vainglory?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to play that. I was pretty darn good at it too. Video games.
Video games.
video games. I had a moment in Paladins because I was playing recently, and so this fucking dude. So we were playing, right? And apparently I didn't know that PS4 and PC play together. So this dude.
It's weird how they
No, I thought it was Xbox and PC.
No.
Oh.
It's PS4 and PC. And what happened? And so we were playing this match, and this fucking dude, like, we lose the match because for some reason most of our team decided to be support and damage, and like nobody picked anything else. It was 2 supports and like all damage.
Should have been Genos.
And this dude, who was one of the damages, when we lost the game, he was like, "Fucking console players."
Have you? Oh my god, dude, that's the funniest.
I was just like, "What the fuck are you?"
my God,
Like,
dude.
you're the worst player. Like, he was the worst player on our team. He got no kills, died like 13 times, like, because we were doing the payload, and he just kept fucking dying. Like, I think he was playing Genos actually.
Wait, you said this was Overwatch?
No, this is Paladins.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
This dude was like garbage.
Genos is like the easiest character. Genos is so fucking
he just
easy.
kept dying. Yeah, he just kept dying, and like I don't know.
Even if you, I get.
Like, he ulted when nobody was around.
Oh my god.
I was just like, dude, I can't believe it. I was playing Tyra because I'm good with Tyra. I carried us for the first part of the game.
Tyra's very solid.
Dude, we were
always been.
we were so close. Because of me, we got to 99% on the payload, and then our Genos didn't do his job, and fucking was like, "Fucking console players."
Did he sound like a nerd?
Well, he didn't talk. He was typing.
Oh,
I like to hear it as the actual character voices, so he's all.
Fucking console players. I'm a god.
He's like, kind of vaguely. No, he's like. He sounds like Tyra to me, but with the reverberation, he sounds kind of like Dutch almost. His voice actor's Castilian, probably. Christopher Guerrero.
Yeah, no, that was just my little hot take.
You bring
on
war
fucking,
to my doorstep.
That's just my hot take on someone who's complete shit and try to be like console players. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
When I first got my Switch and I didn't have a lot of games other than like 5 of them, I was like, oh, let me get Fortnite. Don't ask me why. It's not on my Switch anymore because it sucks.
Fortnite apps is absolute ass.
Yeah, but when I first played it, I had headphones with no microphone, so I couldn't talk to anybody, but I could hear everything that everybody was saying, and I didn't know how to turn off the chat because I didn't know how to play the game. And I just turned it on, made a little account for it, and was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna like play. And then I didn't know what I was doing, and so these people were just like, hey, what the yeah, they called me a noob, and it shouldn't have hurt my feelings, but I'm like, I just got the game. I don't know what I'm doing.
People are so hard. You gotta have faith that, like, I trust myself to be, I mean, if I was good at things, but you gotta trust yourself to, like, be the part of that community that is, like, a mentor to new players, because I will play a game for, like, 3 weeks and be bad, quote, at it, and then teach myself and watch YouTube tutorials and get better, and then...
Like a normal person should.
Yeah,
right?
but nobody was there to, like, say, hey, don't take on 4 people at once when you're by yourself, or don't use your ultimate in this situation. Speaking of video games, I meant to say this a while ago. Silent Mochi Moses is playing Minecraft, and Chrono is on Smite. Awesome, another high-res game, yeah. I like, the Bat. Ooh, he's like a central Mexican, god of death. I wish I could remember the name. And I also like, I don't know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Talking about Smite. I played Smite once, and that was with Nathaniel. and I didn't understand how to play.
It's like League, but with a weird isometric view. Or not isometric.
It's League, but it's just third person.
Third person, you're right.
So, okay, so like video games. I've been thinking about this a lot. I think I'm gonna totally retcon my YouTube channel.
You're gonna retcon your channel?
Yeah.
But what about your Roblox video?
You know, that's my only saving grace. Okay, so
What about One Thought, Two Thought?
You know, that's pretty good too.
Blue thought, got your bitch in the kitchen.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that video?
No, she knows the
Oh
song.
my god,
never
dude, that
lost.
video is pretty lit. Okay, well, I'm thinking about totally retconning my YouTube channel, starting from scratch, 100%. Because I really like the name Kid Combo, and I want to make a fighting game channel.
You should do that. I feel like you'd be really good.
And then like,
I want to teach y'all how to play, and then the main goal is I want you guys to get so good.
The
that-
mango.
The mango. I want you guys to get so good that you make someone rage quit online.
Wow.
I've
Because
done that once in one game, and that was Under Night in Birth.
it feels so good. And then it's so good when they have a mic too. Oh my god.
I've never done it to someone with a mic. I was playing Under Night in Birth, and you know the dude with the scythe?
Uh-huh.
I fucked some little kid up.
What's his name?
Gordon?
Gordo.
I fucked that, whoever that was up, because I knew how to do that combo, where it was, I launched him and then did my spinny scythe, and then comboed his ass again, and right before the first match ended, he quit.
It
I was
so,
like,
it feels so good. And then,
I forgot what I was gonna say.
It feels good.
It feels good.
Like, what is it? When you pee after you nut. That's how good it felt.
Okay, we have passed 1 hour. We're at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 22 seconds.
So how long are we gonna have the podcast for?
We're at. I say we could push for.
I want to keep going.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm
your
Yeah.
computer's gonna explode because it gets overwhelmed.
This one might be. I gotta get my back.
So, the bat that I was talking about is Kamasots, I think. Kamasot? No, the Smite god. Yeah, very solid. A retcon means to like, basically like a reference to something that happened before. Is a real easy way to describe it, right?
Retconning is just remaking it, isn't it? Starting it.
No,
No.
Google definition
I'm gonna
is
look up what retcon.
it's just referencing the prior.
Because I had to prove to her earlier today we had an argument because she was like, Simon's the one in the green sweater.
Is it Berenstain with an A or a Berenstein with an E? Do you think Febreze?
Or Flintstones?
Do you think? Oh, Flint has not had clean water for Flint timer. Flint, Michigan has not had clean water for probably like 2 years now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Would you rather?
Yes.
Would you rather pee lava or cum glue? Or no? Would you rather pee glue or like when you ejaculate, it's lava?
Glue.
So when you would you rather bust nut and the nut be lava or it be glue?
No. Would you rather pee glue every
pee
time you
glue.
pee or every time
I like
you
to
bust
pee
in it,
glue.
it's lava?
Oh my god.
Well,
I had a
liquid-
science project. Hold on.
Like, hey, I need some glue.
Arts and crafts.
Hey, 1 second. Yeah. Oh yeah. Never.
Go to the restroom.
We ran out of glue. Don't worry,
don't
guys.
worry.
I've been saving this one up.
Okay, so yeah, I did think it's not lava, but hot sauce.
Hot sauce. Oh.
Take the glue.
I'll take the glue. I don't. That chemical that's in spice, I forget what it's called.
Capsaicin.
Is it that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like it feeling on my skin. It feels irritating. It's like having a rash, but it burns.
It's like, yeah, eating spicy food is basically just BDSM for your mouth. Like, it hurts so good.
Yeah. Depending. Yeah.
Nathaniel wants to say something, but he's like, I can't.
Just
I
take
do,
that,
but I don't want-
take that Korean spicy noodle sauce and just pour it on your dick, dude.
No. Oh god. No.
Wait, sriracha?
No,
No?
green spicy noodle.
Y'all
It's like
know-
orochi. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it comes in the little black packet.
Oh, black. No, it's like in a bowl, and it comes in a silver packet with red and blue on it.
No, okay, so
You're talking about a different thing.
Korean spicy noodles comes in these packs, right? And
They're
it's
very,
a
like, distinct. Very
yeah.
distinct
When the sauce comes out, it's black.
packaging. Yeah.
Oh God. No.
It's that spicy.
Wow. Okay, I know. I watched a channel
Oh,
do a video on it.
Internally dysfunctional.
Where y'all called me a fucking milk drinker for like half of it. Yeah, you're like fucking milk drinker. I'm like, you guys get to suffer then. Fuck y'all.
That's-
I think someone dipped the noodle in my milk. And I was like, why is it hot?
You think that's why skeletons in Skyrim are so weak compared to like Oblivion? Is because they
Probably.
think
Probably.
drinking milk, that's a diss. That's like you're a cunt. Yeah.
Oh.
What do babies drink then?
Juice.
Yeah, Nord women just got mead and beer on tap.
Wonk wonk. I can't stand cow milk. I make fun of Gabe all the time.
Yeah, I like the taste of milk. All right, leave me alone.
Disgusting.
I-
It tastes terrible. Okay, milk. You are not meant to drink another animal's milk.
Have you seen the video when this dude tries to get this kid to milk a cow? And the kid goes, that's a penis.
Well, you milk it too. You...
I don't like milk. I don't like it.
Well,
you, Nathan.
the couch is split.
The couch is split.
Yeah, I'm sitting with Bear on this because Bird and Nathaniel are on the same. I cannot control myself. When I pour a glass of milk, it is gone in like seconds.
It tastes.
That's why y'all got weak bones.
He's a wrestler. He hasn't broken a bone yet.
I be
Weak
killing-
sauce.
I be killing myself out there too. I took a choke slam.
Weak sauce.
I took a 6-foot high choke slam the other day.
Could put it down in the comments. Are you on Team Milk or Team Anti-Cow
Team
Milk?
you.
Anti-calcium.
It's just not. It's not the calcium. It's just like the flavor of milk is wrong.
It doesn't. It feels wrong.
It's
What?
wrong. It's
Y'all ain't getting pasteurized milk.
no. It's just like it doesn't taste good. It is no bueno.
I feel like if it were like the milk a long time ago, we'd be drinking it, but it's so different now than it was like 20, 30 years ago.
Huh? Huh?
How would you know
There's a
that?
fuck ton of sugar in milk now, actually. Like,
I believe it. I actually do.
there's a fuck ton of milk.
I drink half and half. Like sometimes I'll slip a little bit. I'll slip it straight, but and it does. It tastes kind of wrong. Oh, Bird
Hey, it's my
has
milk.
Bird has what's the word?
It's taking my milk.
Obtained a jug of milk.
This does not have sugar in it. It says
Because
ingredients.
it's 2%.
It's vitamin.
Ingredients.
It's vitamin D. Let me read you the ingredients. Ingredients.
Sunny D milk?
You're gonna. Why are you telling everybody what kind of milk I drink?
Okay, so ingredients: milk, vitamin D3 contains
Milk. No shit, it's milk.
But
I wasn't expecting sodium.
But like,
actually no.
y'all like, you're like
Oh, chocolate milk fucks. You're
Oh,
right.
dude,
Yeah.
chocolate milk.
Absolutely.
But have y'all
Chocolate
ever heard
milk
like
is-
old folks say like, well, milk's to expire in a week?
My cat that I'm fostering, well, it's my friend's cat. We are keeping him in the office, and I found a conspiracy book from like 1995 that's called Milk, the Deadly Poison, and like that kind of, like, you probably want that book to read. It's so off the wall. It's definitely like some BS, but it's I mean, whatever. Like, I got time to read a big ass book about milk.
Thanks, Moses.
What do you
Milk
say?
contains milk. As it should.
Toast is toast.
Toast.
Toasters, toast.
What was it? Was it the I'm white, I'm black, I'm yellow, all toasters toast toast.
It's
my
like,
favorite.
I'm black, I'm yellow, I'm red, I'm gay.
I'm white, I'm black, I'm yellow, I'm a nigger.
I'm white. I'm yellow. I'm black. I'm a bird.
I'm white, I'm black, I'm yellow, I'm a wrestler.
I'm white. I'm black. I'm red. I'm at my fucking limit. Seriously, you guys. Seriously, I can't take it anymore. So, human breast milk. Talk about, like, wrong. Not supposed to drink.
Same species. A human baby drinking human breast milk. That's supposed to happen.
But it really is, like, very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like stupid sweet.
But it's not like, no, the mom is just like, all right, baby boy, here, come here, child, have some sugar. It's just
Have some sugar.
some sugar. A spoonful of sugar helps the milk go down.
I don't like boobs.
Moses is not a boob man.
Or breast milk. Okay, but you were.
Oh
sucking
yeah,
on
Moses. We'll probably talk about it when he's here next week. But he as a child, he did not like breast milk. He was like, I want water.
I do not indulge in this milk from
I
the
can't
booby,
imagine.
as they say.
No, he had the formula. He drank out of a bottle.
I can't imagine my 1-year-old saying,
Yeah.
I'll pass. Give me some water.
I'd like some water. Boobs are disgusting. Get them away.
I want water. I can't. That'd be funny.
I mean, okay, kind of a roundabout way to say it, but to say you don't like boobs, I mean, like, that's fair.
No, he is a ass connoisseur.
He is Billy Gunn.
Okay.
He's a true man of culture.
Okay, couch. Team ass, team boobs, or team thighs?
Team
Team
thighs.
thighs. Thighs are.
I don't know.
Nathaniel's like, why not all?
Team thighs are kind of like.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Alright, look.
I don't like my thighs because I'm so fucking weird.
I mean,
You got wide hips.
Yeah.
The thicker the thighs, the sweeter the prize.
Oh God.
Thick thighs save lives, but thigh highs are my demise.
That Nathaniel's gonna hold him in a fucking the figure four. just like thick thighs save lives. Fucking like kill him.
oh my god.
Thick thighs paralyzed.
My
That reminds me of an old
thick
video.
thighs paralyzed for life.
That reminds me of this old video called The Ultimate Showdown. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
Is it like a Lemon Demon song?
I think so. It's like an old song.
Everyone's fighting.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
showed Nathaniel. I've showed both of them because it's so ridiculous. And there's a part where Chuck Norris just like flies in the fucking air and goes up to Bruce Wayne, and just pops his head with his thighs.
Can you crush a watermelon with your thighs, Nathaniel?
I think I can if I try.
Oh, you should see if you can.
Because these motherfuckers are big for no reason, and I have a theory that like
I have a theory.
that they're just strong. So like, I probably could. I want to try now.
Get some watermelon. Just. I know my thighs aren't strong enough to do it. All my strength is in my legs, but not my thighs.
Which are a part of your legs.
But no, like calf down. That's where all my strength is.
In your toes?
On my toes. I can pick up so much shit with my toes. I used to be able to, as a kid, I could draw with my toes, and I can't do that anymore.
Well, when you're a kid, like, when you're a baby, you can, like, get your foot all the way back here. You're very flexible.
Alright, yo, speaking of babies, you know what fucking sucks? That we lose our ability to regenerate, like, our limbs.
Yeah.
That fucking, because, like, you can get a whole ass finger cut off. We just broke that.
I have a.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an
That
ability.
sucks. That sucks.
Um,
I wish it were still a thing.
But it's just like when you're a little baby, like what, a couple months old.
Yeah.
And then after a year, you can't do that anymore. I mean, in the event that your baby's finger gets cut off, which would suck.
See? You ain't drinking your milk. That's why you lost a finger as a baby.
That's why
It's not your finger anymore.
your bones were too weak from not drinking milk.
I mean,
Oh.
what's it called?
I didn't say hold the milk, give me the water. Okay. At 6 years old, I was like, I'm done. I took a hard pass on the milk at 6 years old. I tasted that shit like,
Wrong.
He like had it in a wine
I'll
glass
hold
and
the
he was just
milk
stirring
and give
it.
you the water.
oh,
Not feeling it.
I'm not feeling
No,
it.
thank you.
Nothing. I'll pass.
Oh no, sets it on the floor.
That's
Walk
my
on.
favorite thing. Like someone hands me their newborn. Oh no, thank you, and I gently put it on the floor.
I don't think the stream heard that.
It was this old meme. It was like someone hands me their newborn. Me. Oh no, thank you, and I gently put it on the floor. It's my favorite thing.
If someone handed me a glass of milk, I would simply say no, thank you.
Just like Drake meme.
Yeah, no.
Y'all ever like reject something and like you're like both like sitting there being hella awkward?
I've done that before, and then I haven't done it since. Somebody will offer me something, and I'm like, oh, I don't actually eat this, but okay, and then I'll eat it, and I was like, oh, if they offer this to me again, I will say no, and then I did, and it was just kind of awkward, because like, oh, we don't have anything else, and I was like, oh, just have water.
I
Hold the film.
making eye contact with the kiosk vendors at the mall, and so he gestures for me to come over. I'm like, shit, can't get out of this. Yeah, so I meander over, and he's like showing all this shit to me. It's like they're like squishy toys that you yeet at the wall and it like splats and sticks. And so I throw a couple balls, and he's like, 5 for 20, 4, 2 for 10, and I was like, oh no, thank you. And then I kept on my merry way, right? I had a job interview to get to. And then I turned around and I had to walk back the same way. And so he's like, and he was really trying to upsell it, right? They all do, and so I was like, ooh, I have to walk past this guy again. And he's like, he's gonna look at me and be like, you did not buy my wares. 5 for 20.
She has wares. I know you have coins.
Like, I don't want to be a bitch, but like, I just want sometimes to say just, no thanks, I'm in a rush, and just keep, but I'm just too nice, and I hate
feel
it.
like I have to pretend to be interested in shit.
I do, yeah. I pretend to do that, yeah.
Like, I say hi to somebody, and they're like, oh, hi, good morning, or how was your day? And I'm like, it's going good. I'm like, I've seen this stuff before. Wow. Picking up the same thing like 7 times and looking at it from the same angles. Like, wow, how interesting. And then put it down, like, oh, well, have a good day. And I'm like, I didn't need to spend 7 minutes there.
7 whole minutes.
Whole minutes.
We did that at a store in Sac, didn't we? Where like some dude handed us something. It wasn't for the candy shop. It was a completely different thing. And we're like, oh, I guess we'll stop by.
Was it the what was it called? The social club? The Candy Bowl Social?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she offered. Okay, so the waitress, she offered us like a table, and she was gonna give us menus, or because we were like in this like restaurant arcade thing. And she's like, oh, we also have VR. And she was like showing us all these different things and telling us the prices. And we were just like, we'll just sit here. We're just here to sit.
You look like you got something to say.
I want to go to an arcade so goddamn bad. That's not the Nickel Arcade.
Okay.
John's
Dude.
Incredible Pizza. $12. You get all the fucking za you can eat.
Yeah, but like, I'm not
Dude,
Retro-
when
It is an arcade.
When
Oh.
we're able to go,
21.
we're going to fucking the barcade in Sacramento.
That's where I want to go. I want to fuck up some 30-year-olds in Street Fighter 2.
Do you remember when Tetris was competitive?
It still is.
I mean, like
Have
when
you
it was
played
popular.
Tetris 99?
I have Tetris on the Game Boy. Excuse you.
You only got that recently.
Shut up.
You only got this. I've been on it. I actually have that.
I had Tetris on the first phone I ever had, my first flip phone. There was Tetris on it, and it doesn't turn on anymore. I don't have the charger for it or anything, but it was so much fun to play. Like, it was a really good, like,
It
time
didn't
passer.
cost you? Okay, on my first phone, which was also like no, it wasn't even a flip phone. It was like a BlackBerry, like the straight ones that you turn it over and flip it, and it has an extra keyboard. And to play any kind of games, and it also had Tetris, and it had like ping pong. But they cost to play, because my mom would get the phone bill, and she'd be all,
minutes, right?
yeah, and then if you went over, it would cost money, and so my mom would be all, who's been playing video games? Not I, mother.
I I used to have a flip phone that had mobile Guitar Hero on it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Shit.
you know what I'm talking
remember
about.
that shit.
Yeah, it was a
Oh my
little
God.
flip phone that had like 3 games on it. One of them was a Tetris clone. It wasn't Tetris.
What else?
Yeah, it was one of those games. It had like a knockoff Peggle before Peggle. And then it had the Guitar Hero game.
Straight guitar.
Like, it wasn't guitar. It was like
Phone hero.
DJ Mixer Hero something.
I know what you're talking
Like it's like
about.
some off-brand shit. And like you just had these little arrows that you had to have your thing on to just flip back and forth between 3 lines.
Y'all ever play the Guitar Hero DS game?
Yeah.
No.
You have to have the buttons.
It was
on
so weird.
Yeah, the buttons on the system itself. You used to play on the back. Also, my flip phone. Get this. Check this.
Okay.
Are you ready? My flip phone had Street Fighter 2 on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
My flip phone had Street. I don't even know how the fuck
Like
they did.
kicks.
Okay.
Oh, Moses had Pac-Man on one of his phones.
Oh, that's cool. One of the phones that my mom had, it was a flip phone. It wasn't a Razr. That was also cool too. I still have that one, but one of her phones had Metal Slug on it.
What the fuck?
Yes, it was so cool. And like a part of me is like, okay, get the charger for the phone, charge the phone, play Metal Slug. I don't know where to. I mean, on Amazon, but you know, I'm like, we had the charger. They don't exist. They don't have it anymore. But I want to play Metal Slug on my phone again. It was cool.
I don't have emulation.
But it's not the same.
It's not.
Like, it's like an application. They're like, well, why would this be on here? I mean, I couldn't play Metal Slug.
It didn't. Yeah, it's also weird. Like, what the fuck? Why is Street Fighter 2 on this flip phone?
Exactly.
How does this even work?
Oh, you can get
Why-
emulators, like, but it's
why,
not the same.
Why is Zangief fucking me up when I can only push like 4 buttons? I can't even throw a Hadouken.
So my mom was quite the charmer, and she got a special edition BlackBerry that had like so many mobile games for it on it, and it was weird. Like her phone had Solitaire, which was a thing. I was like, that only desktops come with that.
That's an anomaly.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if anybody has this type of phone, but my mom had a special BlackBerry phone from like 2005 or something.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, it was weird. It's this weird fever dream. Like my mom was playing solitaire on her fucking flip phone, her little BlackBerry, or not Blackberries were not flip. They were the little. Yeah.
Y'all ever had like that T-Mobile phone where it had a trackball on it?
Yeah.
That's a
phone?
BlackBerry.
Is that a Blackberry?
It's a BlackBerry because my dad had one.
What is the one that is like a straight up and down and has a screen and a keyboard, and then you flip it over and like you hold it like this and you click it down, and so it's like here's the phone, here's the screen, and then there's an extra keyboard.
Yeah.
That's not a BlackBerry?
I don't know.
No, I know.
No, I used to have one. They were.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was like, I used to have one. I think there's one lying around somewhere. The one I had, instead of being mine was a little cube that flipped upward.
Oh.
And it had a hole in it so you could put it on your keychain. It's not a cube, maybe a cube. I don't know what the.
I don't know, but it was a cube.
It was square shaped. It was like it's like this big, and you just flipped it out, and then it was the size of a normal phone, and it had a mirror on the back of it.
Why did you talk? Oh my god. Okay.
That's like the Swiss Army knives of phones.
Okay, there was 2 things. So when I was in elementary school, there was this girl. Her name was Cameron, and she had this thin little phone. It was really thin. It was a flip phone, and it was weird. And I don't know.
Was it pink?
It was like lime green.
Oh,
Yeah.
we had the same ones that were really thin, but they were flip and they were pink.
Yeah, but also like when I don't remember how old. Maybe like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, something like that.
Countdown.
You can count down from 10.
I was in the womb.
In age, I was super into puka, and I would like look for really obscure puka things. And one of the things that was obscure was a puka phone, and it was this little sphere with puka ears on it, and you would flip it open, and it had a little keypad, like a little number pad, and a screen, and it was a puka phone. Like you could call people on it.
I'm like, you
And I
could
was
call
like,
Puka herself.
You could call her. She'd mumble something at you.
She'd be like, and and then that's it. That's the call.
You call, she giggles at you, and then.
And then
Oh my god. But it was like, I wanted it so badly, so I remember looking it up, like, for, like, the next, like, year and a half, and I could not find one. I feel like they do, but, like, not here in the U.S. They're in Japan.
It's not anymore.
I was gonna say something about an obscure cartoon that I watched as a kid, but I don't think anyone else would.
Oh, I mean, it
It's
is.
that obscure. Okay, it's called The Little Dinos, and there's like a dude who's like a human. There's like a little Triceratops boy who wears overalls, and all I remember is right hand carnivores, left hand herbivores together. They make balance, and then he eats shit. Like he falls off. Or no, he falls through the center of the trunk. And I remember Compson Yathus, the only warm-blooded dinosaur, and there was like a girl who was like had no nose. She was like a dinosaur, but they were like weirdly anthropomorphic.
like Sonic.
They're like in a transition stage from
Xenomorphs.
Permanently stuck in the middle part of the xenomorph.
Oh no.
Okay, so y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking.
It's there, but it's not there.
It came
But
on a
it's there.
disc, and there were only 3 of them.
Oh my god, I feel like I know.
My
what
mom
this is.
got me them as a kid, and we just had it because for most of my childhood we didn't have cable or anything. We had PBS and whatever cartoon she got me on little discs. That's how I got into Naruto. That was one of the shows she got me, and I remember sitting down and watching it, and then like never again. Never again.
I remember my grandmother got me Animal Farm, the 1950, what was it, 1955?
54.
Animated, 54, animated movie of Animal Farm.
My grandma was born.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
In 1954, well, it's a fucked up movie, I'll tell you that.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this show, a little show called Rupert.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Rupert is like, imagine like
Show me.
like Stuart Little, but it was the old classic animation style, and they'd go on adventures in fucking flying cars.
That kind of sounds like Doug, or Chalk Zone,
Kind of, but it was
or Charlie and
like,
this little girl.
I remember one specific episode. They were having a thing. They were mean to like a skunk character,
Yeah.
and then like Rupert and the pig character go on this whole like futurist, like they see the
Lola.
future. And
Charlie and Lola. When I was like 4 years old, I took on a British accent because I watched so much Charlie and Lola.
I'm
That's
surprised
crazy,
that somebody
dude. Charlie.
remembers that show other than me.
Oh, dude, it doesn't even seem like it was that long ago.
you know what show I really liked as a kid? That like, cause you know how back in the day shows were like, this is a kid boy show and then there's a girl show.
Yeah.
There was one that was like targeted to be a girl show that I really liked called Jane and the Dragon.
Yes. was on
That show was
Cubo.
so fucking. Cubo was amazing.
Kubo was like,
Jane and the Dragon. It was Jane's red hair. I think she was Scottish.
She was Scottish, yeah.
Yeah. She just met up with this dragon. And we're like, we're best friends now, and that was it. That was the show. And there'd be episodes where the Jester comes through. I think that was his name, Jester the Jester.
Yeah.
And he'd just come around and fuck up sometimes. And the king would be like, yes, this is entertaining.
Okay, do you guys remember the show? It was a Disney show, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
yeah. Oh, that was
Yes.
weird.
It really
That
was.
was, yeah.
It like,
They
He
go
was-
together like water and oil. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
yeah, like.
I remember it.
And I'm thinking about it now, and it's like he was a criminal, and she was like,
She was a victim of a plane crash, wasn't she?
yeah, and
And
he
she
was
was the only one.
she was the only one who survived, and and Mr. Whiskers was a convicted criminal. He was an older guy, and they would go on adventures together.
She was like a teenage girl.
She was like 14. She had a 2004 with the big chunky platform heels, like the really short tank top
She
and
had,
like the
a
flare.
pink tank top, crop top, and like dark red sweats, like
Yeah.
velvet sweats.
Yeah, like
Tracksuit.
yeah.
What is this show?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
Brand-
And like, look, when I
I've
look
not
back at
seen this.
There's no such
Bro,
yeah.
that shit came on late at night.
Talk about crackhead energy.
That was-
yeah,
Mr. Whiskers
my
was
God.
feral.
he was.
Oh, I remember this show.
When I look at Mr. Whiskers
I didn't know
now,
that
I'm
was
like,
its name.
he kind of
That's
reminds.
fucking
Like,
weird.
I think about like the show and the episodes, and I'm like, he was like.
Yeah. Doesn't she?
was like-
Oh well, not the same shirt, but like.
Yo, okay. Yo, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
With his,
yeah,
like,
it's
red
terrible.
eyes.
I actually don't like.
He's got
looking
red
at him.
eyes.
He's got like weed eyes, and he's got like
He
5
has a
o'clock
criminal-
shadow.
You see his orange jumpsuit.
I don't like how his gut looks.
Whoa, whoa! What the?
Oh
This
my
is-
god.
Well,
dude,
a
that's-
lot of early 2000s shows could get away with like
Okay.
like the animators putting like their fetish just like straight up in
And
there.
the kids will just eat it up.
You kids are.
Okay, I don't- this one's really obscure. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this show. It's called Spliced. Yeah,
I've
Spliced.
heard of it, and I've seen like a couple of episodes. It is like far back in my memories. What is
Spliced
it?
was such a weird show, but I loved it so much.
Show me.
Let me look it up. Spliced, as the name implies, all the characters were spliced creatures of different animals. I can't remember the main character.
I'm thinking of Cyberzone.
We have been live for 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 28 seconds. We have
I
3
remember
viewers.
This episode. What the fuck? I saw this image and I'm like, I know this episode. They went around thinking they were privileged. That was like they were like, we're running for mayor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bear and Bird Nostalgia Hour, where we talk about shows that we remember, and everyone gets excited when someone else remembers a show.
Yeah, there was a weird fucking scientist that was a dolphin and something else. He had hands.
All I
didn't like it.
ever remember from Brandy and Mr. Whiskers is some episode where he had a radio or something stuck in his head, and he was just harassing everyone. Yeah. And then Momo says, Rocco's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy was just made to see what they could get away with. You are right.
Yeah. My favorite is the MTV version of Ren and Stimpy.
That shit was great.
And that shit was funny as shit. Because we could get away with watching
It was an adult cartoon at first, but they wanted to market it to kids.
Yeah, because my parents were like, you're not allowed to be on MTV.
But then it's like Ren and Stimpy's a children's show, wink wink. And then he's like, oh shit, this is just adult.
Wait, that's illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
I watched one episode of Ren and Stimpy when I was like 10 or 12, and I had a nightmare, and I'm like, wow, I hate this show.
Thanks, I hate it.
I remember I was
hate it.
I was living with my mom at the time, and that show was on. And it was the infamous scene of the saw and log of wood. And it was on
I
TV,
love
and
it.
I'm sitting there laughing, and my mom, like, you know that meme was like, what do you have in your hand? A knife! My mom walked into the room, saw it, was like, no!
And then right after, the red and white one, I think that's Ren or Stimpy, says, do you at least want to cuddle?
I'm sure it was so funny. I love rewatching old
I-
cartoons.
Weird kind of thing for me. There's a boomerang app, by the way. Boom. That's what I said. I just
Boomerang.
can't talk. I'm just an idiot.
Verve is,
I'm
has
I'm
Boomerang.
trying now. No, I remember being 6 years old, and I loved watching Ren and Stimpy, but I was too afraid to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is infinitely more appropriate for
I
a
think-
6-year-old to be watching.
I think when you're young, you see the different styles, and you're like, oh, this probably.
You're used to looking at like little fuzzy animal characters.
I think, yeah, Avatar was
big,
too,
big outline.
and it
cartoon
looked too,
characters.
like, adult
It's like, yeah.
oriented. Yeah,
You're
well,
like, oh shit, should I watch this? Like, I'll just go back to watch SpongeBob.
but yeah, I think it's
I
just
think
because
the show I did like as a kid, because I was a big fan of like the really cartoony animation style, where it's like little anthropomorphic animals running around doing weird shit. Yeah, it shows like that. But I got into Naruto because that was like a softer style of anime, for at least the earlier stages of Naruto. Because you know how they was all more round and everything was like.
it was very cute. Yeah,
yeah.
opposed to like the sharp angles of Neon and Evangelion and What's an 80s one?
And like
Gundam and stuff.
and Pokemon, you know. Oh well, no, that was one of the shows that were around. And I think I really like Dragon Ball because seeing cool fucking like big buff dudes being like.
My first experience with anime was with Dragon Ball. It was like in 2007 or something. I was living in these apartments, and I had this shitty little CRT TVs, and it was. And I don't know what channel it was on. It was on. I had Dish. All I remember was waking up and I seen Goku in his pod thing, but like I don't know what was going on. And I don't know what the fuck is this. and then shit was going on. It was like a movie or something. And I was like, fuck, I gotta watch this. And I seen Raditz get fucking shot, and I'm like, that nigga dead. And I'm like, what is this? What is
Another thing is that Avatar, Momo just brought it to my attention. Avatar came on later at night, and so that's why I thought it was like an Adult Swim kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I
Or
remember,
Nick Teen, Nick Teen, Nick
Teen
Teens,
Nick.
Teen Nick,
Yeah.
Teen Nick, and Nick Toons.
Wasn't George Lopez on Team Nick?
George Lopez?
The all
Oh, that was Nick at Night.
low.
No, it was Nick at
That was
Night.
Nick
you're
at
right.
Night. That was Nick at Night.
I remember on Cartoon Network when Naruto went from the last episode on Cartoon Network to Adult Swim. I remember that transition.
Was it? It's Toonami. Is like
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's.
It was Tsunami, yeah. It was so weird because it's also had this period when they would show Dragon Ball, they would show Inuyasha. Just on Adult Swim, there was no like this is Toonami. It was a straight anime.
It was before Toonami
It
got
was straight anime.
It was because of Naruto that they heard Steve Bloom's voice, and that's why he became Tom of Toonami. And he's such a good voice actor. I don't know if you know who Steve Bloom is. Okay.
Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom. He does Zabuza from Naruto, Tom from Toonami, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, and he does Zero from, or Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. He does Green Lantern from Injustice. He does a lot of video game voices. And because he's such a good voice actor, he got put on Tom for Toonami, and that's why Toonami exists. So that's really cool. But yeah, Naruto is why I got into anime. Bleach really solidified it for me, because I remember staying up really late, and then I was like, who's this dude with a big sword and just fucking... He fucking cut someone's face open, and I was like, they can show this on TV.
And then that was a big part of it too.
Yeah.
Like
the fact that it was on TV.
yeah, it was like this is public programming. What's going on? Like, or I guess I shouldn't say Dragon Ball was my first introduction to anime. But it was more like Pokemon, of course, like everyone else. But like, yeah, I had like 3 Pokemon VHS movies. One was in a gold case.
Oh, I know what you're talking
One was in a gold case, right? And I was like, oh shit. And I watched all of them non-stop for some reason. Because
You'd sit there to rewind the whole thing.
I would. And it was the greatest thing.
And back then it was like you had to like.
You have to sit there.
rewind
You have to
it.
sit there and watch the whole movie you play in
And
reverse.
Like my uncle used to twist it all the way back. I sat there and watched it rewind.
Yeah.
You're like, I know that he's gonna do that. Oh, he did it.
And then I'd watch them do it again. I'm like, I remember this from the rewind.
Okay, totally not on the topic of like watching Pokemon, but like watching VHS tapes. My mom or somebody had got me a SpongeBob VHS, and I had my own room and I had my own TV, and my bedroom, the house that I lived in, like my room was like, here's the hallway, here's the kitchen, and the backyard's behind me.
No one can see.
Yeah, like, oh.
The podcast listeners can't see.
Oh, oops. Okay, so room...
it's over here, guys.
Only get a camera, don't worry.
Okay.
Also, Benny said he really liked hers, the Caroline Doll.
Heck yeah.
Or
But
he said it's cool.
okay, so the house I lived in, for context, kitchen to the right, hallway to the left.
From the
Now-
windows to the wall.
the sweat drip down
To
my
the window! To the wall!
Anyways,
Awesome.
I had so, and I I remember watching like the club episode of SpongeBob, like Welcome to our club, Welcome Squidward, Welcome Squidward, like that. I had that one on VHS.
Freemason one?
The one where Squidward gets locked up in the tower and he tries to escape, but he gets stuck there. The Magic Conch episode.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said club, and I started do.
No.
No, that's the Jellyfish Jam, dude.
But it's a club.
Hey, Jellyfish, it's available on Spotify.
I know.
That
I
song's
love it.
fucking great.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it.
But
I was when Johnny still had his car. I'm always allowed to DJ in his car, and when we were in the mountains, Jellyfish Jam came on, and he's like, yo.
nice. But I had the Magic Conch episode on VHS, and like I would stay up by myself, and I'd stay up late at night by myself. I was always a nocturnal kid, and I would rewind the episode. Like I'd watch it through and be like, yeah, this is great. And then that eerie silence of just waiting for the tape to rewind.
my God.
I hated that so much because it was so creepy. Because
Because all you heard was like the fan in the background or something. You know?
yeah,
It was,
and I'm like,
then like everyone's asleep and you're like,
I think it was just my TV, but I'm not sure. But for VHSs with me, it would make a little staticky noise. And it'd be like, it'd make a noise. I don't know if that was just me or not.
I mean, kind of yes and kind of no. For mine, our TV was like weird, and you had to press a button on the remote, or else it would do the what is it called?
Static? Yeah.
And the static was kind of like, you know, the THX intro, where it's like, oh yeah, and so it was like so unnecessarily. No matter how quiet I had the TV on, it would still be crazy, stupid loud, and so.
That's
Yeah.
like modern ads on TV.
I think
or
it was
YouTube.
it was to keep it was to prevent the TV from like being left on when no one was watching it. So if you didn't press the button every 30 minutes, it would make a noise like really jarring, like beep beep, and then like 5 of those beeps, and it would go really loud, and it always scared the fuck out of me.
oh my
It
god.
was so unnecessary.
Imagine just like being home alone at night, and like you hear the thing go off, and you're like, oh, someone forgot to turn off the TV, and you're walking through it, and you like pick up the remote, and it makes that noise at you.
Y'all
Not
ever
like-
seen Over the Hedge and the part
Yes,
where
the
the lady's like sleeping and the kids, the porcupine kids, turn the TV on and it plays the THX intro and the lady's all, oh, who's up? It's like the porcupine children are like sliding off the table from the sound wave.
Yeah. God, Over the Hedge was really funny.
That was hidden gem, in my opinion. It's very good.
I don't know if it.
I need to
Another furry
rewatch
movie.
it.
A furry movie to turn the kids into furries.
have y'all speaking about furry movies? Have y'all watched Hoodwinked?
Yes.
Hoodwinked. Oh my god! I found out they made a second one like not too long ago.
Hoodwink too.
Really?
And-
I was talking
And
about
and
The
it.
second one was better. The second one was good.
Was it? I haven't seen it.
I don't.
It's on Netflix. I
Yeah,
saw
it's on Netflix, but I don't know if I enjoyed it or not. Maybe it's because I'm old.
Because I was like, how was this movie?
Maybe it's because I'm old now. I'm creeping on 20.
You know, close to death.
Hoodwink was the first Into the Woods.
Yeah.
It feels like a knockoff of a better, different, look like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Disney and Robin Hood.
It's totally like original. I mean, not original.
Y'all ever like watch something and it feels wrong, but like it's like original, but it feels like it feels like it should be like something else.
I'm like, you're watching
Minion movies.
What Minion movies?
Yeah, it just feels like I should not be watching this. This is alternate universe, cursed timeline.
I fucking hate the Minions.
I got really scared because someone had a Minion thing somewhere. I can't remember. It was like late at night. We were walking through the city, out of town. We were in Los Angeles, walking through downtown.
The LA Minion?
It was like we turned a corner.
Minion of who?
It was just like we turned a corner, and it was a stand-up like life-size Minion thing, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? And like it was like it was casted in a shadow, like the street was lit up, but it was in a shadow, and it was just a Minion just
standing
fucking
there.
like.
Menacingly.
I mean, according to the lore of the first Despicable Me movie, Minions are the cause of all natural disasters in the world.
Jesus.
All acts of terrorism are a cause of the Minions.
They did 9/11.
The Minions did the Holocaust.
Yeah, all evil things in the world because they'll. No, am I right that they serve the most evil villain at the time? So the Minions definitely were part of the Holocaust.
You know the video of the woman, the girl. She's like, I can't look at Minions. It's so bright and yellow, and she's like looking away. She looks at it, she tears into it.
Isn't that the same girl who was all like, there's only 5 languages in the world, English, British.
An appropriate reaction.
She was just like saying like, there's only 5. We don't need 5 languages. We should all only speak English. She's like, I have this boyfriend from England, and there's a little communication thing. Like, there's a communication barrier, but he really speaks English well. And I'm just sitting there like, is this girl like, am I being pranked? What's going on?
I don't like encountering these kind of people, but I love like watching people who are just straight dumb. You wonder how they ever like got past like elementary school. People like that, and you're like, how are you functioning in society?
No, I mean, that's funny, but like, that's me. I'm like true dumbass energy. I will forget what I'm talking about halfway through my sentence.
Same. But
I'll check my phone and then forget to see the time and then like have to check it again.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I pull out my phone and I'm like, I should check what time it is, and I'm like, ooh, I got a message, and I'll deal with that first, and then I put my phone away and I'm like, wait, what time is it?
Not even me. I'll pull my phone out and check the time. Like, I'll see it, but I won't be paying attention. And I'll put my phone away and
yeah,
like, I'll
numbers.
do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Professional retard in your presence.
I love that.
I shouldn't say that.
I love that picture, but it's like Sylvester Stallone. He's like, stop sending me.
Minions killed the Jews. Ouch.
Sure did.
Which was weird. Yeah.
I rewatched it, and I don't know how I feel about it. It was like, some
watch
parts
it?
are funny.
Do you watch it when you're young and you're like, yeah, I could watch that again? And then like you're older, you're like,
For me as a
It
kid,
was.
I was like, Red Riding Hood was pretty cute. As like me, my 7-year-old me being like, wow. Now I look back and I was like, what the fuck was that animation style? Because they were very clunky and weird.
Momo the Genius says that episode you were talking about was Club SpongeBob.
The club episode.
Club SpongeBob.
Magic Conch Shell makes more sense.
The conch should have been the name of the episode.
Thank you, our resident SpongeBob's expert.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I love,
Professional
talking to Moses
genius.
about weird shit.
200 IQ.
I really want to talk to Moses about high school stuff because I just really love the context of us all learning about the Holocaust, being like, those are dead people. He's like, that's dirty laundry. I had, oh my god. I had this
Remember,
friend-
everyone, the Minions caused the Holocaust.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Mr. Roberts was teaching about slavery. He brought cotton to class, and he was handing some out to every student, and he got to me. And he was like, "Do I give it to you?" And my friends are like dying laughing around me. I'm like, "Fucking give it to me."
It doesn't help that, like, Mr. Roberts is a tall white
He's
guy.
a tall way. Oh my
Here you
God.
go, boy.
There you go. Imagine him wearing like a sun hat.
He was
Fire,
he
go
was like
walk.
he was handing it to me at like 25% of his strength. And he was so hesitant. I was like, I just took out my hand and he just dropped it.
Fucking give me the cotton. He didn't hand it to you. He's like, I had a friend.
He did it. He was like,
do you have something to say?
No, I was just gonna say, is there somehow I could play audio, or would the frequency like mess with the? Because I want to tell a story of like the kid whose class, like he was in 3rd grade, and his teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that video.
Me and
Yeah.
25 other little. It's a way it's like. And he's like, my mom's she was doing my laundry and she looked in my back pocket. She's like, where did you get raw, unprocessed cotton from? And it's like, we went to the cotton plant and we picked cotton all day long. And my mom came in the car. She's like, you jive ass bitch. She pulled me out of class for like 3 days. That was the most fucked up racist shit. I want to play the audio because that's all I need. But I am in tears every time I watch it.
The funniest like racist thing. It was unintentionally racist, but I was sitting in the Latin jazz class, and the teacher was like going through like talking about like, oh, well, there's the most famous well-known person who plays this instrument is this guy, and he gets to the drummer, who is this skinny black dude with a big afro, and so Ramirez is just, his name is Cedric, and Ramirez is just like, Cedric, do you know a very well-known jazz drummer? And he's like, no, and he's like, oh, guess his name, and everyone's like, and then Ramirez nonchalantly like El Negro, and the entire class this is just like, no, you can't say that, and the whole class was in tears, and then this little white boy,
well, negro means black in Spanish.
Yeah, but nobody was expecting Ramirez to be like, this guy is the black, black. But then this little white kid, I forgot what his name is, Jimmy John
Hackett, James Jiminy Hackett.
Jimmy John sandwiches.
Jimmy Dean. One of them is Jimmy, but then like everyone's like, oh, El Negro, and he's like, El Nig, and everyone was like, we're gonna stop you there.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here. Everyone was like, stop.
All the milk.
Another a funny situation that was kind of the same. I was in the band room. This was at middle school at Bullard Talent, and the band teacher, who actually conducts the orchestra that I am thinking about being part of. It's for like old people, and so he's like, I was watching him practice, and the flute, the trombones, I guess, were all like that, and he's like, you need to blow on the D or it'll go, or you need to blow the D harder or it'll go flat. He just absolutely was not thinking about what he was saying. I don't know how a class full of 13-year-olds held it together.
It's like that meme of SpongeBob and Patrick in the class being like,
you're like 23? 24.
Do y'all have any like fucked up high school stories? I was kind of involved with this one, but I wasn't. My friend Angel choked someone out on the tennis court with our PE teacher completely absent.
I have a similar story.
Our gym class was literally like the definition of, if you leave us unattended, all hell's gonna break loose.
I think we need to like break this down into a separate stream.
Let's finish these stories up and then we'll read this.
I taught Angel how to do a sleeper hold. The wrestling way, right? You're not supposed to. Valencia. Yeah, I was like, okay, you're not supposed to put pressure because you're gonna fucking kill someone. And then David was like, bro, I bet that shit's fake.
Oh no! It turns out you.
And then Angel was like, I don't know, nigga. I feel like it's real.
Angel would say it like that.
That's why I just my best Angel. I don't know, nigga. That's my best Angel. And then he gets David in the sleeper hold, and my dumbass was like, you want an alternative way of doing it? Wrap your arm around the neck, then get his other arm and put it upwards. So you're putting him in a half Nelson sleeper hold combination. So he does that. David goes completely silent. and then wait, no. He goes limp. And Angel's holding him, right? And we think he's playing.
You're like,
funny joke. Angel straight lets him go. David bounces his head like a basketball on the court and scrapes it, and he's out for like 30 seconds. We're like, fuck, we killed him. We're like, fuck, we killed him, dude. And then he starts moving, and we're like, oh, thank God. And then the teacher comes back, And we all stood like nothing ever fucking happened. And it was
Did he bring up the situation after
it was
that?
it was funny because he had a scrape mark on his face.
It's like if he
And then he was like, "Yo, dude, what happened?" And we were like,
That shit wasn't fake.
me and Angel looked at each other. We were like, nothing. And then PE was just fucking fucky all week.
He was bored.
It was okay. We were playing
boys
much
locker
more.
room versus girls locker room.
It wasn't like that. It was
Boys
more.
locker room got people fucking killing each other.
It was more like it wasn't boys locker room. That was just general public boys killing each other.
Public boys.
We were playing mush ball.
But in the tennis court, it's kind of like gladiatorial. You put a bunch of boys
In a cage.
together and
Yeah.
just observe.
Swinging fucking rats everywhere.
Yeah.
Or rackets.
I wish you had VR. I have Stassi. We'll go over to his place probably next week. He's got VR.
And then
He's got.
Us playing VR boxing is the
it's
funniest
a
one.
funny thing.
We were playing boxing, and the first thing I did is I ran up to the guy. Moses has the clip of me doing this, but not the footage of me doing it in action. I run up to the guy I'm boxing. I'm just like swing on him.
He runs in like 5 seconds. He's in the middle. Not even like 0.1 second. He's in the middle of the room running. He just chucks a haymaker at the dude.
And the dude's like, whoa.
Now watch closely, children.
And then
Daddy's gonna do a haymaker.
That's how we fought in LA, dude.
Daddy's gonna put this guy to sleep.
on the
That's how you
tennis
have to
court
fucking-
with the sleeper hold. Okay, so we were playing mush ball. And Angel was the fucking the pitcher. And there was some dude he's played baseball, right? You can tell he played baseball. So Angel pitches. He did an underhand toss pitch. Dude blasts the mush ball so hard it makes like an impact. And it flies right towards Angel. And it hits him in the crotch. The 5 or so pound mush ball hit him in the crotch.
Now he's got mush balls.
The sickest part of the story was it made a thud noise. It made a okay, Angel got mad messed up during PE all year. It made a thud noise. All you heard was as he falls down on the pitcher's mouth.
And he, an impact like that, he was probably like cold. He couldn't even like support himself.
He's like numb.
He was on the floor for 10 minutes. Straight gasping. We left him on the pitcher's mound.
Like, don't move him. Everybody just stand there like.
All the dudes were like, oh. And all the girls were laughing. And then I was like, yo, dude, you okay? I was the only one that went up to Angel. I was like, you okay? He's like, carry me out of here. I was like, come here, soldier.
Wake the fuck up, samurai.
We gotta mush the ball. And then we were playing soccer on the tennis court.
Does this also involve Angel?
Yes, all
Angel.
these stories involve Angel in some way or shape. He got mad messed up during my PE.
How did you not kill this guy?
I
You didn't put him in the hospital.
You gave him mush balls. Well, not you, but
The dude, it was crazy. He swung at me so hard. Okay, we were playing soccer. And I was goalie. I always play goalie. I like being goalie. So I don't like running. I'm a good goalie. And he was like the person that like around the other person that helped protect the goal. And this dude, soccer player, by the way. Angel was guarding him. Dude punts the soccer ball. I'm standing behind Angel, so I see his big ass in front of me. I see the dude kick the ball and curves. And Angel's looking at the ball. And it hits him in the crotch again. and I kid you not, the impact of the ball with this crotch made a shockwave. I seen the impact and it dispersed within the air. An angel crumpled and
Just died.
Okay.
last one. Last one. I have 2 more. But
Okay, we should probably wrap this up. We're approaching the 2-hour mark.
Okay, these 2 are real quick.
You've been hoarding the mic the whole time.
I know, but it's funny.
You can save them for next time when Moses is
We was swimming and we was getting out. I turned my back on Angel. I heard a wet piece of meat hit the concrete and fell into the water. And, it was funny. And then Angel tried to trust fall with me on the wall when we went to the gym. You know how hard that shit was.
Yeah.
Except he fell forward. no. Like, I don't trust fall. Like, you fall back. You know that's how it is. But he fell forward for me to catch him. And I didn't register that it was falling forward, so I sidestepped him. Unprotected. His head goes head first into the wall. So he just a straight wall forehead action. There was no protection. Just head forehead wall.
That's terrible. So the last story I'm gonna tell you before we wrap all this up, it was back when I was in 5th grade. It was 6th grade.
High school stories, bro.
No. This is fucked up.
Okay.
This was in my 6th grade year. This was junior high, so junior high school, still high school.
6th grade?
Yeah, LA did it differently.
Y'all backwards way.
Yeah, we did. It was first to kindergarten to 5th grade, then 6th through 8th was junior high, and then there was high school. In my junior high year, the only year I went to that school, some dude brought a gun to the locker room. He was just kind of doing that LA thing, like, dude, look what I fucking brought. Yeah, no, this kid, cause they caught him. He got arrested, or his parents, someone got arrested. The cops came, cause he was showing off. He's like, look, guys, and all the boys were like, it's a gun. And this was when Black Ops 1 first came out.
Everyone was like,
oh my god, he's got a gun. And nobody was scared because he was just look at this gun.
That was Merlin brought knives to school. Look what my dad gave me. And instead of when you pull a knife on someone, you'd expect everyone to spread out. We all ran and clumped forward to see it.
Yeah, no, all of us clumped around. They're like, oh, he's got a gun. What he didn't know that he got this gun off of his dad or something. You know, he just kind of taking this to school. This gun didn't have a safety, and it was loaded.
Oh, I knew that was.
And he's showing it off, and then he accidentally shoots himself in the thigh. And I'm just I heard a gunshot. I was like, what the fuck? I go around, I look, and there's this kid just he's there's a gun on the floor, and the 2 male gym coaches came in. They're one of them was like, what the fuck?
You fucking assholes! You dumbass kids!
He's just what was that? And then all the kids back away. They're starting to cheer. It's he brought a gun.
y'all were introduced to the harsh reality of the danger of firearms.
That's why I was like, oh my god, this kid brought a goddamn gun to school,
And then
he shot himself in the thigh fucking with his gun. Anyways, that was just my story. That was you're you got messed up stories. Yeah, that was
I know you got a couple.
I've got one that's really pertinent on my mind. This really good friend of mine, who's doing really well, by the way, in middle school, he had gotten mad at one of my other friends, and I can't remember what the reason was for, but he ended up choking him with a string garrote wire. The police were called and he was escorted off the campus. That's the most interesting thing I have for you.
My friend Ruben made a girl stab herself.
I remember.
We can save that for when he comes next week. Cause
what about when Sebastian stabbed?
We can talk about that next week too. Cause we'll have the TOT crew, me, you, Moses, and Ruben will be there too. And then
TOT and Ruben.
TOT and Ruben and Afro, because she wasn't part of that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here. It was pretty awesome.
It was an honor.
I do enjoy you being greeted to Nathaniel as like a washed out black person.
No, you didn't hear it right.
I didn't hear it right, but that's the gist of what I got.
I said, well, I got it from like a chick doing like a different roast. But I'm like, Nathaniel looks like a black guy made by a printer that was running out of ink. And then later I was gonna say like, you talk smack about Dragon Ball Z. Every like black guy in his 20s will be like, excuse me? Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong. There's the same type of like black guys that like talk smack on literally every other anime. They will like sing praises about Dragon Ball and Naruto. They're like
Bleach.
They'll also be into My Hero right now.
Yeah, just so
They're
many.
like, Bakugo throws hands.
And it's like the Bakugo's trash, but okay. Anyways, guys, as the bear said, thank you for joining us on this podcast. Thank you to our guest Garrett. Thank you for Nathaniel dropping in.
I'm Irish.
He's Irish.
He found out today he's Irish. Or he's got an Irish name.
He has a family crest. This is.
So do you.
I do.
Well, that's a story for another time.
This is Bear and Bird signing off. Bye bye.